Guys, we're going to jump into our body paragraphs today. If you have not finished your pre-write or your introductions, then you definitely need to go in and watch my last videos and finish those up. Do your introduction before your body paragraphs and your pre-write. So first I want to show you guys how to get to your pre-write. So right now I'm on Google. I'm signed into my school Gmail account. Make sure you're signed in there, okay, because that is where I shared it with you. If you have not accessed it yet, you can go to your Gmail. Okay, in your Gmail, there should be an email from me that says your name in order and sequence. I'm going to access it a different way. I'm going to go to Google Docs right here. You can also go to Drive, okay, but it'll be in Docs or Drive. Because I access so many things, it's easier for me to go through Docs because I access it all, you know. So it's right here. Mine's titled something different, obviously, just because I have other examples and things like that, okay? So I already did my introduction. Again, check my YouTube channel, check my videos. This was posted last week. It's also posted on Buzz. I'll show you here at the end. So I'm going to move right on to body paragraph number 1. Remember, this is where we're going to talk about their early life. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to start with a topic sentence. This is just going to tell me what the paragraph's all going to be about, okay? I'm writing about Thurgood Marshall and focusing on his early life in this paragraph. I'm going to have something cute like before Thurgood Marshall was famous, he was just like you and I, a normal person, okay? So that tells me that I'm going to talk about when before he was famous. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on those early life events. So go to your brainstorm, okay? So as you can see, I just flipped over to my brainstorm. So I am going to talk about how first he was born in 1908. I'm also going to talk about how he graduated high school, got married, and went to college and law school. So I can use this to kind of plan out my sentences there. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to start with when he was born. Thurgood Marshall was born in 1908 in West Baltimore, Maryland. I know that from my research, so you can also have your PowerPoint that you turned in for social studies open. Next, I was going to talk about how he went to high school. I'm going to use some clue words. Eventually, when he was 18, he graduated from Frederick Douglass High School in Baltimore, Maryland in the year 1925. Okay, I'm also going to talk about how he got married then after high school. Notice my keywords here, and I'm going to show you guys a list of them. After high school, he married Vivian Bury in 1929. Okay, then Thurgood decided to further his education by getting his bachelor's. It's a 4-year degree from Lincoln University in 1930, and his law degree from Howard University in 1933. Okay, I'm going to spell university right though. Okay, so here I have those events that I planned out all in order. So Thurgood Marshall was born in 1908 in West Baltimore, Maryland. Eventually, when he was 18, he graduated from Frederick Douglass High School in Baltimore, Maryland in the year 1925. After high school, he married Vivian Bury in 1929. Again, notice all my keywords. Let me just highlight those, okay? Eventually. Then is my last one here. Thurgood decided to further his education by getting his bachelor's degree from Lincoln University in 1930 and his law degree from Howard University in 1933. Okay, I'm going to pause here. I'm going to show you guys a list of these transition words that may help you. This way of just doing first, next, then, finally, that's so boring. So try to think outside the box. Use eventually, after, okay? I'm going to show you that slide in just 1 second. All right, so if you pause here, you can use some of these sequencing word lists, okay? It's kind of blurry, but it's also available on Buzz, okay? So don't use like once upon a time. Some of these are silly, okay? Suddenly, after that, later, at this point, okay? Think about using some of those, okay? We're really at the beginning of his life, but you can also use some middle, nor near the end of the paragraph, you might want to use some ends, okay? The next sentence that we are going to do, so if you look back at my example, the next thing that we're going to do is write a conclusion sentence, okay? I do not want you to start with in conclusion. You guys use in conclusion so much. Stop using it. So let's go back to that presentation, okay? Our conclusion sentence is going to sum up what the paragraph is all about. Don't use in conclusion. Here are some helpful terms that could help you. Use those if you want to. Don't use like in summary, in conclusion. Those are boring, okay? What I'm going to do is I am going to just say, while Thurgood's life started ordinary, it wouldn't stay that way forever. So I'm kind of summing up that his life was ordinary to this point, but then I'm also kind of leading you guys to know that like eventually he's going to be famous, okay? So that is my first body paragraph. You're going to do this again with your second and third body paragraph as well. I'm just going to read you my examples of those. Give me 1 second. So in my second body paragraph, I'm going to talk about when Thurgood Marshall was famous. So I have my topic sentence here. Thurgood decided that he wanted to fight the unequal treatment of African Americans in the United States in the courtroom. So again, I'm focusing on what Thurgood Marshall was famous for, and I'm telling you that I'm kind of summing it up in one sentence. If I go back to my brainstorm, I know that I'm going to cover all the way from his first major civil rights case to when he started working for the NAACP. He wins that huge decision of Brown versus Board of Education and then becomes a Supreme Court justice. So I'm going to cover all 4 of those events, okay? By the year, okay, so there's another good transition, okay, that I used. 1935, Thurgood made this goal a reality when he won his first major civil rights case, which would help desegregate the University of Maryland Law School. Okay, so there's my first event. He won that major case. I got my details from my research. You might have to do some further research if you don't have enough details. Years earlier, there's another transition sentence. This very school had denied Thurgood the right to attend due to the color of his skin. I just put in some extra information here to really make my writing better. In 1940, so there, I know that's not necessarily a transition, but it is kind of guiding me in order still. In 1940, Thurgood accepted a job to be the lead lawyer for the NAACP. I might want to add some information, okay, an organization that helped African Americans get equal rights. Okay, Thurgood Marshall became even more famous when, okay, so again, I'm leading you. This is kind of giving me an order when he won the Supreme Court case Brown versus Board of Education in 1954. This really made segregation of schools illegal in the United States. Again, guys, I have to tell you what's going on. Give me more details, okay? Many respected Thurgood Marshall, and because of this, in 1967, again, here I am keeping my events in order. He became the first African-American Supreme Court justice. Notice how I hit on all of those events that I had brainstormed out, but I did give a couple extra sentences with information. That is totally fine. And then I have my conclusion sentence again. Thurgood Marshall not only stood up to inequality, he made history while doing it. Okay, that kind of sums up what my whole paragraph was about. All right, okay. Next, okay, again, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to talk about life after fame. Okay, I'm going to go here. I'm going to talk about when he retires, when he dies, the legacy that he left, and that they made a movie about him, of course. Okay, so my topic sentence is eventually Thurgood's career would come to an end. All right, the next couple I'm going to talk about how he retires and then when he died. He retired in the year 1901 after spending 24 years on the Supreme Court. Only 2 years later, okay, again, here I am keeping things in order, he would die of heart failure. While his life may have been over, he left a powerful legacy as a civil rights activist. In the year 2017, again, guiding you in order, okay? 26 years after his death, a movie called Marshall was made about Thurgood that starred Chadwick Boseman. So again, guys, I just kept my events in order. This one's a little shorter, and that's okay, okay? Then I'm going to have a conclusion sentence. Remember, I'm not using in conclusion. I'm just going to state Thurgood Marshall will never be forgotten, okay? I might add later to that with my revision and editing, but that's up to me. Follow this process, okay? You are going to, let's just review this one more time. You are going to have a topic sentence, okay? Oops, sorry. That where you sum up what your paragraph will be about. That's always the first sentence of your body paragraph. Your next 3 to 5 sentences, I would say, you're going to tell me about their accomplishments. Use the timeline that you made in social studies, okay? Use these sequencing word lists. Keep things in order, okay? These will help guide your writing, but also be detailed. Don't be afraid to add an extra sentence to really describe to me what happened. And then you'll have that conclusion sentence. Oops, sorry. Use some of these transition words if you want. Just please, please, please don't use in conclusion, okay? My next video will be about writing a conclusion, like as in a conclusion paragraph. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to come to office hours. I will love to help you in there. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you guys later.